What does Edmonton real estate look like when you tell everybody to stay home unless it's an emergency? My name is Taylor, this is HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City, and we have exactly that right now as we document moving through this historic event. Here's a quick look at what's happening in our marketplace.
In this month's edition of our hot and cold list, we're focusing on those bedroom communities in and around Edmonton because things have been really heating up. My name is Anthony with HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City, and holding the top spot in our bedroom communities is Sherwood Park. Sherwood Park's still at 2 buyers for every 3 sellers, and what this means for any buyers that are potentially thinking about making Sherwood Park their home or selling and upgrading, what we're seeing is that you've got to be ready, meaning that you're pre-approved and that you're watching the market for new listings, because right now there have been many examples of properties, including on our own team, where properties have gone new to market and have gone pending in multiple offers on opening weekend. If you're a seller, you got to do everything you possibly can to make sure that you are on par with everybody else. So if you've done some renovations, make sure you've got all your permits and that your real property report is current. And keep an eye on your neighborhood, because there's lots of properties that are selling quite quickly. And if you're looking to get all the money, make sure you're priced right. All right, so as we flip the script over to that cold side of this list, focusing on those bedroom communities in and around Edmonton, places like St. Albert, Spruce Grove and Stony Plain, Leduc, Beaumont, Morinville and Fort Saskatchewan, they're still trending like a traditional buyer's market where there's 1 buyer for every 3 sellers. What that means for buyers is that there's lots of inventory, so you've got your pick of the litter. You're going to want to pay special attention to the days on market, because what's likely to happen is those properties that are newer to market might be more likely to get a buyer than stuff that's been sitting around for a while. And if you're a seller prepping in some of these communities, you got to be finding ways to kind of get ahead of the noise. And the number one way to do that is price. Price is most important when we're talking about properties that have been on the market for a while, is they're likely overpriced, and that's what the market's telling you.
When we're talking supply and demand in real estate, the term we use is months of inventory. My name is Taylor, this is HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City, and months of inventory, when you look historically, is normally kind of floating around 5 to 7 months of inventory this time of year. When you take a look at Edmonton kind of post 2014 in what we've seen as a general recession time. However, in COVID Edmonton, what we actually find is that number is almost doubled up to 9.64 months of inventory, which is a little bit of what happens when you tell everybody to stay home unless it's an emergency. So yes, real estate was an essential service, but it was anything but normal during the month of April, and we're far from a balanced market. So for buyers out there, you should really be taking a look at properties that are changing in price right now. They're probably shouting out that they're trying to get to certainty and make sure that these properties get sold, and it could be that those are the deals that you're looking for. And for sellers, it's more important than ever to make sure that you're getting detailed information before coming to the market and while you're on the market. This is obviously a massively changing market, and being that the rate of listings over the last little while has been elevating slowly, but the rate of sales hasn't, it looks like there's going to be some significant competition if we're just judging this on the daily rates. My name is Taylor, this is HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City, and I hope you're doing awesome. Cheers.
How long does it take to sell a property in today's market? I'm Kim Christensen with HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City. Days on market start on day 0 and move all the way through until the property is sold or no longer available on the market. April of this year, the average days on market for all residential was 64 days. March of this year, the average days on market for all residential was 60 days. Last year in April, the average days on market for all residential was 60 days. If you're a buyer wanting or thinking about purchasing a property, connect with your realtor, as we can get you set up on your own custom search and help you make informed decisions, as we are watching the market daily. If you're a seller wanting and thinking about bringing your property to the market, connect with your realtor so we can help you accurately price the property so you have the best chance to sell your property within average days on market. If you have any questions at all about anything, please reach out. We are always here to help. Thank you and have a great day. It's good practice to measure the average sale price when looking for a home. I'm Kim Christensen with HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City. Instead of looking at the average sale price like it's the average price of a home, look at it like it's the market's appetite for buying a home. The average sale price for all residential property in April of this year was $353,577. The average sale price for all residential property of March of this year was $343,951. Last year in April, the average sale price of all residential property was $365,606. If you're a seller and are unsure or nervous about bringing your property to the market, connect with your realtor and we can go through the process and get your home to the market safely. Or we can keep you up to date on what's happening in your neighborhood until you are ready. If you're a buyer and wanting to purchase a property but are nervous on how to do this safely, did you know that you can view homes without even leaving your home? Connect with your realtor as we have many ways that you can view homes safely. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. We are always here to help. Thank you.
Over the last month, it's been hard to tell if you're coming and going in general. But in real estate, what's coming and going is called new listing to sale ratio. My name is Taylor. This is HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City. And when we look at what's coming onto the market and leaving the market, you can really kind of get a perspective of what the opportunities look like for the average seller and the average buyer. So if we take a look over the last few years, what we would normally see is that it's like every time two listings come to the market, one of them leaves with a buyer. That was like a pretty common pace. But now we're actually starting to edge towards having to have 3 listings come to the market for one buyer to take one off the market. And that's just a show of decreased demand. And when we look at that deep into the statistics, what we find is that where the demand has dropped most has actually been in the condo market. So single-family detached dwellings actually are just as many properties are struggling to get to the market as listings, as buyers are struggling to get into the market to buy properties, and that's what it looks like in emergency state. And now, as we get into the relaunch May 14th, it'll be really interesting to see what takes place. But in taking a look at this, really, buyers should pay attention to how often buyers are buying properties similar to that, because you don't want to overpay as the market's moving in this circumstance. Like, keep in mind that list prices are set by the seller and their agent, and they may not be reflective of decreased market demand as we take a turn. Now, for sellers, the same kind of idea. You're going to see a lot of properties come to the market. There's going to be some people in financial distress, but the idea is to basically tune out the white noise and pay attention to where buyers are actually buying property. So looking at those sales instead of just taking a look at list values. And it's also important not only to be getting information when you're coming to the market, but also to remember the market is moving. So continuing to keep updated as you're on the market is a key element, and also a key element to our seller success system. My name is Taylor. This is HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City, and I hope you're doing awesome. Cheers. So to keep up to date with what's happening in Edmonton real estate as we move through this historic event, I suggest you subscribe here. We're coming to YouTube for the first time after amassing a huge audience on Facebook, and we're bringing the most in-depth look to Edmonton real estate from the most trusted team in Edmonton real estate, the highest rated and reviewed real estate team on rankmyagent.com. My name is Taylor. This is HACK&Co at RE/MAX River City. I hope you're doing awesome. Cheers.